obviously delivered in the main event. It's capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-ins yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, yeah, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
We haven't seen Justin yet, so we don't know what his status is physically. But, I mean, is the interim, is the unification fight have to be next? Or is there a case if he's hurt and needs to be out for a while?
Apparently he's 100%. So we sent Paddy Pimblett straight to the hospital, and then we're going to send Gaethje too. And Gaethje's like, believe me, I've been in plenty of wars. I'm good. So as far as we know right now, he's out.
I don't want to look like a loser right now, but everyone saw I was better than Justin that fight, but the UFC wanted him to win. The lad smashed my eye with his finger. I had to play all of the rounds with a broken eye, which is not fair.
Do not get knocked. That Scouser does not get knocked out. Oh my God.
The moment the fight ended, the emotions didn't calm down, they exploded. One side felt robbed, the other felt validated, and the fighter in the middle of it all tried to hold his pride together while clearly frustrated. He admitted he didn't want to sound like a sore loser, but he also made it clear he believed the better man did not get the decision. According to him, the turning point wasn't a clean punch or a perfect counter, it was a finger straight to the eye. Fighting through multiple rounds with blurred vision, depth perception gone, and pain shooting through the socket is not just uncomfortable, it completely changes how you see strikes, how you defend, and how you react. In his mind, the playing field was no longer equal, and once that happens in a championship-level fight, everything becomes survival instead of strategy.
Scousers do not get knocked. That Scouser does not get knocked out.
I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. We don't get knocked out. I take that all day.
Oh my God. What a fucking gangster.
There. You saw him do it to Michael Chandler. He's taken on the highlight, Justin Gaethje. 26 wins, 5 losses, 20 KOs. The dude fucking KOs people. Early on, he'd calf kick the fuck out of people. He'd calf kick people where they couldn't take it anymore. He had many TKOs from calf kicks alone. The guy is just a dense fucking ball of muscle, built for fighting, 37 years old now. He's crumpled people with his left hook. He's crumpled people with his right hand. Paddy Pimblett is going to have to be very careful throwing his flurries on Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje will sit down and rip a left hook, or sit down, drop his head, and launch a right hand. That's Justin Gaethje's ways to win. He could KO.
Then the crowd took over. The noise grew louder and louder, not just cheering, but declaring identity. A chant that wasn't about one man, but about an entire mentality. We don't get knocked out. It wasn't hype. It was heritage. It was pride. It was the belief that toughness is inherited, not learned. The arena echoed with it, and suddenly the fight felt bigger than rankings or belts. It felt cultural. It felt personal. It felt like a statement being carved into history with every exchange. When analysts were asked about what they had just witnessed, the first thing that stood out was not technique, it was heart. Paddy had promised at the weigh-ins that he would hunt the knockout, and even when he was dropped, even when his legs betrayed him for a split second, he never changed his mindset. Many expected him to shoot for safety, to cling to a leg, to slow the pace and survive. He didn't. He stood his ground, traded, and proved something most people doubted. His chin is real, his will is real, and his confidence under fire is not an act.
Younger, will you be served? With Pimblett, maybe. Gaethje, experience, good striker. He's well-rounded everywhere, but he's got to use the assets of a smaller guy. We've seen it, where you got to box, you got to use your legs, you got to set traps. You know, he's got the capability of doing that. Outmaneuver, outflank Pimblett. You know, Pimblett, let me tell you, he has improved a lot over the last 2 years. He really has, bud. He has gotten better. He's gotten more. You could see he's come into his own. Confidence-wise, physically, he's in great shape. They usually all are. But he's improved. His striking has improved. He's a good wrestler, grappler. But he loves to strike. That's what's going to make this fight really interesting and good. They're both going to strike. I mean, for the most part, they're both going to strike.
On the other side, Justin showed exactly why his reputation exists. Power that doesn't fade, pressure that never relaxes, and the kind of composure that comes from living in wars. His calf kicks have ended fights. His hooks have shut off lights. His counters come from small openings that turn into disasters. At 37, he's not built on speed anymore. He's built on timing, patience, and damage. Physically, both men paid the price. Hospital checks were mandatory, but the early reports suggested that Justin, despite the war, felt fine. He's been through too many battles to be shaken by one more. For him, this was just another chapter in a career filled with violence against the best of the best. Poirier, Alvarez, Oliveira, Khabib, Chandler, Holloway. That resume alone makes every opponent dangerous, because experience like that teaches you how to survive chaos and how to create it.
But I would go with the over on this, because I think the over-under is like
2.5 rounds.
How many?
2.5 rounds over minus 115.
All right, listen. Again, we have a pretty good record here, but, you know, I mess up once in a while. I do. That's why it's gambling. But I like the over. I mean, if Gaethje fights the perfect fight, you never know. You never know. But I know who the judges are probably favoring. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. It shouldn't be anything about that. It should just be about what goes on in the cage or in the ring. But I can't help myself but think about things that I see. So maybe, you know, Gaethje would really have to do a job, I think, to get it, which he could. But I think I probably favor Pimblett a little bit. But at the end of the day, if I had to put my bucks down.
Before the fight, the debate was clear. Could Paddy's unpredictable movement, scrambles, and constant pressure overwhelm Justin's structure and power? Or would Justin's discipline punish every reckless entry? That question followed every round. Every flurry carried risk. Every counter carried threat. One clean moment could flip everything. Some experts believed Justin only needed one perfect shot. A left hook while Paddy rushed in. A right hand over a lazy guard. A calf kick that froze his base long enough to land something devastating. Others believed that if the fight extended, if the pace stayed wild, the momentum could slide toward Paddy, into clinches, into scrambles, into moments where instinct and creativity matter more than textbook striking.
And with Paddy, if he can eat it, I can see Paddy catching Gaethje and maybe almost like a Oliveira fight, you know, catch Gaethje, hurt Gaethje wobble, and then, you know, get to Gaethje's back or something, maybe sub him. You know what I mean? Like, Paddy is very well rounded. You know, he out wrestled wrestlers, he out grappled grapplers. He stands with you. You know, he doesn't care. He throws. You know, everybody be like, his chin is in the air. He takes shots. Yeah, he takes shots and he still walks forward. How long will that last? We don't know. And that's the question I have to this fight. Or what his reaction is going to be when Justin Gaethje catches him. Justin Gaethje punches like a truck. He kicks like a.
What made the matchup so dangerous was that both paths were real. One man thrives on clean violence. The other thrives in chaos. One breaks rhythm with power. The other breaks it with unpredictability. And when fatigue builds, when vision blurs, when pain stacks on pain, the fight stops being about plans and becomes about tolerance. In the end, this wasn't just about who landed more. It was about who could endure more. Who could keep making decisions under damage. Who could stay mentally sharp when the body was screaming. Whether the controversy fades or grows, one truth remains. This was not a simple win, a simple loss, or a simple performance. It was a collision of pride, durability, and identity, where reputation met belief, and both refused to step back.
For me, this is a flip-up, bro. I'm not surprised if any of these guys win, because I can see two clear paths to these guys winning. I can see Gaethje catching Paddy, you know, putting him down, finishing him. Then I can see Pimblett catching Paddy, Pimblett catching Gaethje, maybe knock him out or hurt him enough to where he can get a submission. You know, I think so. Paramount, the UFC did a really great great job of putting this first Paramount card together. From the main card, the first main card fight, to the main event is sick. It's gonna be action-packed, and you fans are gonna love it. You know, the new fans are gonna love it. I mean, Gaethje is just violence. Paddy Pimblett doesn't run away from violence. It's gonna be a fun fight. Like I said, I don't know who to choose. I'm not choosing no one. I see both guys. I think this is a coin flip. I think whoever can endure the more damage is gonna win this one.
But with that being said, let me get to the keys of victory for both these guys. When you look at Paddy Pimblett, keys of victory, Paddy Pimblett has got to be dynamic. We're starting to see Paddy Pimblett become more comfortable inside the octagon. So the key victory number one for Paddy Pimblett is be dynamic, meaning that if Justin Gaethje puts you against the cage, don't be scared to do a flying triangle. If Justin Gaethje tries to go for a dump, go for a Kimura, because 9 out of 10 times when he does that, he's able to turn it into something that favors him in the fight. Key victory number two, grapple. You know, when you look at Justin Gaethje's past fight, when people grapple him that have a good grappling ability, he seems to have hard times with grapplers, where people, you know, when people drop him, Charles Oliveira dropped him, he crossed the void, jumped on him, got his back, submitted him with a rear naked choke. You look when he fought Habib took him down, passed his guard, mounted him, got a triangle from top and rolled to his back. Now I feel like
Natalya officially unveils new name and persona on Raw, a whole new me. After years as one of WWE's most respected veterans, Natalya has officially introduced a brand new persona on Monday Night Raw, stepping away from her long-standing Natalya character and embracing Natty Neidhart in a more aggressive, intense version of herself. This change was highlighted during the January 26, 2026 episode of Raw in Toronto, where she addressed the WWE Universe following her shocking betrayal of Maxine Dupree. She proclaimed that Dupree failed her, and declared that this is a whole new me. In doing so, she put the old persona behind her and fully embraced the Natty Neidhart identity, a nod to her real family legacy and a more hard-hitting version of her character. Judgment Day member brutally assaulted backstage. Officials had to intervene. A member of the Judgment Day faction was violently attacked backstage, forcing WWE officials to step in and separate the situation before it got even worse. This rough encounter reportedly didn't happen in the ring or during a match. It took place behind the scenes, away from cameras, and WWE personnel had to physically intervene to break it up. Judgment Day, of course, is one of WWE's most dominant heel stables, featuring the likes of Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan and more as part of the crew. If you want the biggest WWE news and behind-the-scenes breakdowns as they happen, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell.